Welcome back, everyone, after a week hiatus off from this video thing. Swinging Johnson and myself, Jordan Sharp, are back once again for our NBA picks battle here on a Friday evening. A baker's dozen worth of NBA games coming up here this evening. And unfortunately for me, I'm a little slow out of the gates here as I split a pair last week and have gone 1-3 in my last four. Ouch. I'm down to 4-4 here on the season, where Swinger split a pair last week, but that was his first loss of this little video series here. So he's 7-1. So my bet's not looking too good with you, Swinger, here early on. I don't know. Let's see if I can correct it this week, or if you're going to run away with this thing.
Well, you know how these things go, Jay Sharp. I mean, man, you look good early and you fade late, or vice versa. So sitting pretty at 7-1, I will take it. But listen, we got a long way to go, and we're looking to just start to make money, both of us, because if you're tailing us, you're definitely up, and I know you're going to get back on track, brother.
All right, man. Well, we got a big slate of games tonight, and I think you and I have a couple of plays on the same game. So let's kick it off with your first one here tonight.
Okay, and the first of two, we've got Detroit versus Orlando, and I'll tell you what, we're going to play a lousy team that happens to be playing very, very well. And I speak, of course, of the Detroit Pistons, who've not only covered 4 of their last 5 as underdogs, but in each of those covers, they were money line winners. I mean, how about that? Now, I tell you what, that's pretty impressive, considering that this is a team that before that stretch won only 23 games all season. Now they're up to a whopping 27. But the question is, can they win outright, where they are slated, believe it or not, as road favorites? Well, fortunately, they're playing in Orlando, Jordan, and as you all know, Orlando has been anything but magic for their fans this season, with a 22-51 record, and a team that is, of course, jockeying for their spot in the NBA draft lottery. But there are a few things you need to know about this one. Detroit is 3-0 ATS this season, after playing over the posted total in 3 consecutive games, as they have done. They are 4-1 ATS after 3 or more consecutive wins, which they have done. Detroit has a better ATS record on the road at home than at home, where they are 19-16 on the highway and 16-20 at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Now, the matchups between these two, the Pistons destroyed the Magic in their last visit to the Amway Center, 109-86, and followed that up with a 128-118 shootout victory in their last meeting back on January 21st, which was held in Detroit. Detroit's power forward, Greg Monroe, has been out during Detroit's recent winning streak, but Reggie Jackson averaging 20.2 points and 12.2 assists since the big man went down. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, how's that for a name? I love that name, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, scoring 22.4 per game, while Andre Drummond, 15.6 points and 15.8 rebounds in the same stretch. You know what? Couple all up with the fact that Detroit has a huge advantage on the glass, and it's looking like a lollipop and sunshine for the Pistons side. Lay the 1.5, play Detroit.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. The one thing I would be concerned about, and I'm glad you mentioned, is Greg Monroe not looking like he's going to play again tonight, and that's really a key weapon against Orlando this season, has been power forwards. However, yeah, you mentioned it, Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond have really been picking up the slack. Reggie Jackson, I mean, the Pistons, if they were in the playoff race, I mean, they would have won the trade deadline with bringing him over for virtually nothing. And you know, he's been amazing here while Monroe's been out. So I'm a little concerned on that one, but I think you're on the right track, because the Magic just, don't really play that good a defense. And even though Detroit doesn't either, I think that's where we're probably going to go tonight. Speaking of not playing defense, though, I'm staying with this game here from my play, and I'm going with the total here, only at 196.5 points. These two teams have already cashed the over in 2 of their 3 meetings this season. One of them, the most recent one, I think had about 128 points scored in it, something like that. Late in the season, these two young teams are tired. They're on their last stretches. Neither of them are going to the postseason, so they're just thinking about sand and sunny beaches and Mai Tais, or whatever these NBA players do in their vacation time here. But the over, I think, is a good play on this game as well at 196, as you mentioned it. Detroit's cashed the over in 4 of their last 5. That's both been indicative of their offense and their defense. And the over's also cashed in 4 of the last 5 games for the Magic here, and 6 of the last 7 at home. So I think over 196.5 is where where I'm going to go with this one. What do you think of that, and where are you going with your next play?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, with the total here, Orlando, after scoring 85 points or less, is 6-2, over 6, under 2. And yeah, I mean, when Detroit is playing on 2 days rest, they are 7-2, 7 overs, 2 unders. So you might be on the right track there. Yeah, kind of like that play. As far as my second play, we're looking at the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. And I'll tell you what, when I was glancing at the lines this morning, I noticed that Boston was a 9.5-point favorite on the road. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's a mistake until I considered who they're playing in this one, and that is, of course, the New York freaking Knickerbockers. I mean, this Knicks team, Jordan, is so bad they couldn't even score in a whorehouse with a fistful of 50s. They are awful. Now, if you recall, it wasn't that long ago, the Celtics were shocking everybody, including the fans in Boston, when they suddenly began gelling and now contending. All of a sudden, they occupy the final playoff spot in the East, which is pretty amazing from where they started and the fact that they dealt with Rajon Rondo. It seems to be about that time, actually, that they started to click. Well, let me tell you why the Celtics are a good bet here. Because over the last 5 games, I understand that they've lost 4 outright and covered only twice. But this is a good spot for them. And the reason is that the Celtics blew out the Knicks in their last 2 meetings, one of which was at Madison Square Garden. They're coming off a game in which they lost to the Miami Heat, I think it's like 7 or 8 point favorites. They lost 93-86, but they played great in the fourth quarter, and I think that's going to carry over. They outscored Miami by, I think, 24-11 in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, the Knicks have just been getting absolutely drilled, losing and failing to cover in their last 5 and winning and covering only 1 game in their last 8. Celtics have been money on the road this season at 22-13 ATS and have a huge advantage in the paint. They're ranked 10th on the glass, while New York is at dismal 29th. And, listen, I understand that laying 9.5 points on the road with the Celtics is a tall order. There's no question about it. But when you're playing a team like the Knicks, after playing below expectations, then it's usually a good opportunity for a team like the Celtics to take their frustrations out on a team that they know they can bully. So play the Celtics minus 9.5 in New York.
Yeah, I think I think Boston's going to easily roll with this one. I mean, yeah, I'd be concerned if it was any other team but the Knicks. The Knicks have the Knicks have covered approximately 6 games since February 9th. They are 6-15 against the spread.
Yeah, they are historically bad.
It's a sad day in the Big Apple, but they got plenty of money to spend. Cap space going up next season. You got hope, Knicks fans. So just try to forget this one, and we'll go from there. But tonight, the opposite of bad is where I'm going with my second pick tonight. I think it's the game of the night. If not, it's pretty damn close. And it's the Golden State Warriors heading into Grindtown, the FedEx Forum, to play the Memphis Grizzlies here tonight. And the Grizz are a 3.5-point home dog in this one against the Golden State Warriors, the team who's about to wrap up the top #1 overall seed in the Western Conference. Total in this one sitting at 198.5, but I'm sticking with the spread in this one. And Swinger, I know the Warriors are sexy. I know that people love taking them here. They've been mad good at covering against the spread, but I think the Grizzlies get it done tonight at plus 3.5. Not a lot of people remember, but they won easily their first matchup against the Warriors at FedEx Forum here earlier in the season, scoring 108 points on that defense. And I think tonight they're just as good of a play at plus 3.5 because the Warriors, let's be honest, they have that great home court advantage, but how good have they been on the road? Not that great, especially as a road underdog. Only 3-5 against the spread this season when they're on the road playing as a dog, or excuse me, as a favorite here. Sorry, they are a favorite tonight. But the Grizzlies tonight as a home dog has been very good as well this season. That's what I was trying to say. And they're also 7-1-1 against the spread in their last 9 games against teams with winning percentages of 60% or better. And the Warriors, like I said, only 4-9 against the spread in their last 13 road games. So they've been kind of splitting 500 here on the road recently. I think the Grizzlies and FedEx Forum really tough place to play here for the Warriors in this one. So I'm going to take the points points with the home team here. A little risky, obviously, with the Warriors, but the Warriors have also pretty much already wrapped up the #1 overall seed. I don't think their magic number is very high. I haven't looked at it recently. It was only about 4 a couple days ago. So what do you think about the Grizzlies tonight, +3.5, a team who pretty much needs a win here?
I think you're a brave man. That's what I think. Because I'll tell you what, man, Golden State has been tearing it up. I mean, they've been, what have they won here? Six. They've won and covered 6 of the last 7. They absolutely destroyed Portland 122-108 in their last time out just a few days ago. And they've had 3 days to rest. I don't know, man. They are 8-1 when they have 2 days to rest more against the spread, and 10-2 against Southwest Division opponents. I don't know, man. I'm going to take a pass on that one. I mean, Memphis can be tough at home, but no, I wouldn't be betting against Golden State. Not right now.
Yeah, this one is definitely my bold pick of the night, but we'll see how it turns out. For Swinging Johnson, I'm Jordan Sharp. That'll do it for us here on this Friday evening. Best of luck to you on all of your NBA picks here tonight. And tail a couple of these as well, preferably swingers right now, but hopefully I can get back on track here tonight as well. But that'll do it for us. Best of luck to you on all your NBA picks tonight.